Hello, on this episode, we're going to go over the review guide for the Common Assessment 1 as we are going through. So I am going to go through some of these questions and review on how to answer them. So question number 1, it says the larger of two numbers, we have two numbers, is 4 more than the smaller number. If the sum of those numbers is 74, we want to find what those numbers are. Okay, so this is really easy to set up. You might think that it's really hard. So our first number, let's write, I'm going to write term 1. Let me make my text a little bit smaller. So we've got term number 1, and I'm going to put T sub 1 to represent the term, and the first term, and I'm going to call that X, okay? And the second term, so term 2, we're going to note that, well, it's the smaller number, so it says, and it's the larger of the two, is 4 more, so that's 4 plus, more is representing plus, than the smaller number is X. Now, you could say something like, and keep in mind, if I were to ask you this little hint, like twice the smaller number, then you would do 2x, all right? But that's okay. We don't ask that question in here, or we don't add that comment there, but just pay attention that if they did say something like that, that you might have to add that additional term there. So if the sum of those numbers is 74, find those numbers. So I'm going to take those two numbers and add them together and make them equal 74, because it says is, so is equal to, okay? So, and we can talk about this is the smaller number. I'm going to also write this is small and this is the larger, okay? So the smaller number, we're going to say x plus 4 plus x, and then that's going to be equal to the 74. Combine like terms. I have x and x, so that becomes 2x. I have 4, so plus 4 is equal to 74. Now, this is just like a normal equation, so I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. That's going to give me 2x is equal to 70 divided by 2, divided by 2. So 70 divided by 2 is going to give me 35. So our smaller number is 35. So we need to be careful. So smaller number is 35. And if we were asking for the larger number, that would be 35 plus that 4 that we said there. So that's going to be, the larger number is going to be 39. So our numbers are 35 and 39. Because here in this situation, we were asking for the numbers, but I might be asking you for the larger of the two numbers. All right, so in this next equation, it says, or next question, it says, which equation has no solution? Now, as a reminder, that means that our result is going to be not true. So it'll be false. So I need to see which one of these is false. So I kind of need to go through and solve each one. So my first one, I'm going to set this up. This is going to be 9x plus 9 is equal to 11 minus 2 is going to give me 22x plus 9. The 9s are going to cancel out. That's going to give me 9x is equal to 22x. The x's are going to cancel out, because if I divide by x, that's going to give me 9 is equal to 22. That is no, I actually left out. My no solution is right there. So A is my no solution. Okay. Let's double check and make sure we're not doing any of our math wrong. If I look at number B, so I have x, so this is going to rewrite as 7x plus 30 is equal to x plus 6x plus 30. The 30s are going to cancel out. That's going to give me 7x is equal to 7x. That is a identity. So this one is false. In other words, that has no solution. This is true. This is false. Next one, C. Let's look at this one. So we've got negative 5x plus 9 is equal to 2x plus 9 minus 7x. This is going to simplify to negative 5x plus 9. 2 minus 7 is going to give me 5, so that's going to be equal to negative 5x plus 9. If you notice, that's the same equation, so that is also an identity. And let's check the last one. Let's see, we've got 7x minus 6 is equal to x. Oh, did I just do? No, I'm good. Plus 6x plus 30. These are going to become 7x minus 6. I'm running out of room here. I'm going to write, this is no solution, identity, identity. And then this is going to be equal to, combine like terms, that's going to be 7x plus 30. Oh, so in this time we actually happen to have two solutions. So we actually had two answers. So be very careful with that, because this is going to end up being negative 6 is equal to 30. That is no solution. So this one is also no solution. So A and D should be your answers. We want to make sure that we understand what an equation looks like for no solution and infinite solutions or one solutions. So if I give you the following problems and kind of like what we did above in problem number 2, I need to be able to combine like terms and simplify. So this is going to give me negative 8x minus 4 is equal to negative 8x minus 2. The negative x's are going to cancel each other out, because if we add 8x to both sides, that would zero them out. So I get 4 is equal to negative 2. That is no solution. That result is false. So you can't, those won't equal to each other. So on this next one, if I have negative 5 minus 9x is equal to 3 minus 9x minus 8, simplify. So this is going to become negative 5 minus 9x is equal to 3 minus 8 is going to give me negative 5 minus 9x. As you can see, they're the same equation. So if I were to simplify this further, and let's say add 5 to both sides, that would give me negative 9x is equal to negative 9x. We could even divide, subtract. You would end up getting 0 is equal to 0 or 1 is equal to 1. So that means that we have infinite solutions. Or we could talk about this being an identity. Okay. Next question. So Sarah May is solving the equation 3 that we're given here, and her steps are shown below. We want to go through and we want to check her steps and ask, did she do the correct steps, and what is her solution? Now, if you look at this, okay, so I distributed, so 3 times 2x gives me 6x, so that's good. 3 times 2 gives me 6, all right? Then we're going to carry down the negative 3. Okay, then we got 3 and then plus 3x. Okay, so that step is good. All right, now she combined like terms, so 6x minus 3x gives me 3x. She brought down the 6. That gave me 6 plus 3x, that's correct. She canceled out the 3x's from both sides, so that gave her 6 is equal to 6. That's correct. Now, you could even just stop there and talk about what the solution is. If she subtracted 6 from both sides, that would give you 0, 0. So if you minus 6, and minus 6, that would give you the 0, 0. So that is also correct. So her solution is an identity, or we can say infinite solution. Now, keep in mind, if her result was not equivalent, let's say we got net 0, say we got 0 is equal to 29, then that would be no solution. Okay, so be very careful and make sure that you understand how to set that up. Number 5, all right, we're going to set through and clear our fractions. So I'm going to multiply everything. We've got our denominators of 3 and 2 here. Well, 3 and 5 both go into 15. So I'm going to multiply my equation by 15. Make sure you put that to every term. So this becomes 15 times 2x thirds plus 15 times 4 is equal to 15 times 3x over 5 minus 2. Okay. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 3 goes into 15 5 times. So this is going to become 5 times 2x, which is going to give me 10x. Then we've got plus 15 times 4. 15 times 4 is going to give me 60. So plus 60. That's going to be then equal to 3 times 3, which is 9x, minus 2. Now we can combine like terms. We're going to move the 9 over. That cancels out. That's going to give me x plus 60 is equal to negative 2. Subtract 60 from both sides. That's going to give me x is equal to negative 62. All right, same with number 6. We're going to distribute. We want to know the value, and we're going to just solve. So make sure you distribute. So this is going to give me 3K plus 2 times 5 is going to give me 10K. 2 times -3 is going to give me -6. That's going to be equal to 7. Combine like terms. I've got 2 like terms there. That's going to give me 13K minus 6 is equal to 7. Add 6 to both sides. That's going to give me 13K is equal to 7 plus 6 is going to give me 13. Divide by 13. That cancels. K is equal to 1. Number 7. Same thing. We're making sure we distribute. Now, here's the big thing I want you to make sure that you're paying attention to. That little negative there. That negative needs to be distributed to every term. So this is going to become 5x minus x plus 18. Then that's going to be equal to 6. We're going to do the same thing to this -2. So this becomes minus 2x. And then this becomes minus 2 times 15 is going to be 30. So minus 30. Now we can combine any like terms. So notice I have like terms here and I have like terms here. Like terms are on the same expression, so be very careful about that. Okay, so that becomes 4x plus 18 is equal to 6, not 6. 6 minus 30 is going to give me -24. So -24 minus 2x. Combine like terms. So I'm going to add, or move, not combine like terms. Move first and then combine like terms. So I'm going to move the 2x. That's going to become 4, 5, 6, 7. So that becomes 7x plus 18 is equal to -24. Subtract 18 from both sides. Oops, not that one. That gives me 7x is equal to 24 plus 18 is going to give me 42. So that's going to be -42. Divide by 7 is going to give me -6. So x should equal -6. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video because it's getting a little long and I don't want it to get too long. So this is going to be questions number 1 through 7. See you then.